Well, hello and welcome. We are on Module 4, which starts our focus on religion as an expression of our humanity. It really truly is. We can talk about the birds singing or uh, the stones crying out, but humans are the only ones with religious practice that build temples and churches and identify a deity and have religious activities and pray um, and do spiritual things in a very focused, organized way. So this unit takes a look at that objectively. That means just to learn more intellectually. Um, Most students have a religious belief or grew up with one. Some students, often in college, are still trying to decide whether that's the one they want to keep. This isn't trying to persuade you to anything. This is just to learn more. Um, Typically, if we were brought up religiously, we really are only brought up with the one religion. Sometimes families do have two religions in their family, but that's not always common. So let's just go through. By now, you see, hopefully, you get sort of a rhythm to what we're doing. You have a reading, a little bit of reading out of a chapter, but a lot of the content is video based. And so I've went ahead and put the three videos out here, but you would want to go look at the chapter. And then you have a discussion that takes that to the next step, and of course a quiz over this content. Okay, so you can always have your little overview and to-do list. Let's just take a quick look. You can access this through the link. You just click on it there. And if you want, you can watch the videos this way, but I also have them separate if you want to go quickly back and review them for some content. And as the point they make here is philosophy and religion often go hand in hand. In fact, Greek philosophy came out of a feeling that the Greek polytheistic mythology that had been the basis of their beliefs in ancient times was not sufficient to answer all of the questions that they had. Remember, the Greeks believed in what's very typically well known in Western civilization. Zeus as the main god, other gods like Hercules and Athena and Apollo, and there's just a whole bunch of them, and then demigods, lesser gods, gods and goddesses, and so forth, a kind of a hierarchy. But they were far, far from perfect. They were not moral. They didn't provide any guideline by which you could make decisions. There was no holy scripture of any kind that the Greek gods had given them. And so the Greek philosophers sort of abandoned that, and they separated. So, well, this is, I still believe in these gods, but I've got to come up with my own way to think about how life works. It's not always that separate for us. We do live in a primarily secular culture, but the one in America that is still very religious. And most places in the world are even consider themselves more religious, or some less, more secular. So we're going to learn about the five major world religions. Every time students watch this, they really enjoy it. They're like, I didn't know that. And so they're going to go back starting with the oldest in terms of the chronology of a start of time of when it's actually organized, and we can pinpoint that in history. These questions here are big clues to what's coming in the quiz, so you want to preview those and make sure you're understanding that from the video. Then the second one is about yin yang, which is not a major world religion, Taoism, but one concept that's pretty popular. You see it in America on little things, symbols and stuff, but a lot of people don't know what it means. So you have questions about that, and this is where John Bellamy explains that. They're very short videos. I think this one might be five questions, and then just review kind of the questions there so that you kind of know the answer. We do want you to know the answer. There's a little bit more about Taoism if you want to explore that, and then a little bit more about Buddhism, okay, and his background, because it kind of fits right in there with the Noble Eightfold Path. Most of these, if not all these religions we've heard of, and even here in Birmingham, I know when I taught at UAB, had students that represented probably all, if most, if not all, of the major religions here. So we're culturally pretty diverse, even though Alabama itself is, no, I can't get it to go backwards. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Pretty much Protestant Christian in the Bible Belt. All right, so like I said, I've got the videos here, so you can just kind of go to them separately if you want to. Let me go back a little bit here and preview. So let me explain the discussion, and then I'll be out of here. Okay, so let me see the whole thing. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to fix that. Okay. Well, I will, and it has to do with, there's some links and some things to do there. And you're going to need to take one of the religions that you didn't already, is not, or is different from yours, and you will learn about it and share about that and follow directions there. But it's beyond the videos that you have, okay? That's something that's important to know. All right, that's pretty much all I have. I'll get all the details in there for you. And know that we are just now 1/3 of the way, or no, 1/4 of the way through, and then 4 more weeks we'll be doing our midterm. So good job so far, and I hope you're learning a lot.